Hello everybody, welcome back yet again aboard the Versys. Just about managed to get the camera to work now with you. Split my thumb with a sickle the other day whilst attending to the hedge. A hedge that seems to take more of my time than anything else these days. Hang on a minute, got a fly in the visor, there we are. Yeah, so that makes the thumb a bit sore, but there we are. We're out on the road, just been to Co-op, get a sandwich and some drink on this very warm day in Pennegroes. Heading out to the hills just above Traws-Fynydd on the not on the Hrynogydd side today, but on the other side of Traws-Fynydd, on the Bala side, I suppose you could say. We'll end up on some fairly narrow country roads in the middle of nowhere. Crosses from Traws-Fynydd to Bala eventually. I don't think we'll end up in Bala, but you never know. Full tank of petrol, a nice day, pretty stable weather. So we're out catching sheepfolds and some landscape photos. So yeah, should be quite a nice afternoon. Didn't start off until just after 12 o'clock. And to live the dream first at home, the domesticated duties of shredding the cuttings from the hedge, of which there were very many. I've grown very tired of sort of manually chopping it all up and spreading it over the garden and cutting it up with a lawn mower. I bought myself a shredder yesterday, a ridiculous price of 90 quid for what is effectively a lawnmower on it, well, an upside down lawnmower effectively. But there you go, it does a job. It took me about 2 hours to get rid of it all. So, having grown thoroughly fed up with that kind of stuff this morning and yesterday, I thought, right, that's it, I'm out. I'm a bit annoyed with the Versys windshield actually. I've noticed it's really easy to scratch. It did alright for a while and then it's become really prone to scratching. I don't know if it's got some kind of protective coating that wears away or whether insect shells are harder than one imagines. It's just got like loads and loads of small scratches. It doesn't affect the forward visibility, as you can see there. I mean, it's not the clearest, but I mean it's perspex. Yeah, it's just a bit annoying really. It's about 160 quid for a new one, but I shan't be bothering, not until it gets a lot worse. Might even get a slightly cloudy one next time if it's legal. Not really sure about that actually. But anyway, well, it's pretty clear today. You can see the mountains even from here down to mid Wales, Aberystwyth, and probably a little bit beyond once we get around the corner here. Oh, down to 40 here. Get a bit carried away with looking at the landscape. There we go. And yeah, about time we got some clear weather. It's not been very for weeks. It's still fairly cool though. It's 14 Celsius, which makes it very pleasant for being out and about on a bike and also for walking. An awful lot more pleasant for sleeping, of course. Right then, well, we're not going down to Criceth, so we're going to carry on towards Porthmadog, or Port as it's called locally. Yeah, the old bike's going well today. Being a little bit more aggressive in the cornering so I can even out that profile a little bit. Of course I can't, but you know. Yeah, we got Simpson skies today, as I call them. Sort of flat cloud you get in the opening title of Seek of the Simpsons. Very, very clear today. Some nice sheepfolds up on the hill here, just behind Garndol Ben Mine. Very pleasant place to go walking actually. I end up above Cwm Hennant, which is very pleasant. Not that well visited valley. Worth visiting, with respect of course. It's a quiet place. Small single track road leading to it. Not the best for the motorbike, it has to be said. It's pretty narrow and prone to oncoming traffic, causing you some headache sometimes if you're not careful, but it's okay. It's fine. Yeah, a lot clearer than the last time I was down here. Nice tower there that you can stay in return for quite a lot of money, I'd imagine. Should get some drone footage of it really, but we got other things to do today. Yeah, it's one of those days where riding is going well. Sometimes you get a bit stiff. Look at that view, by the way. Sometimes the riding's a bit stiff, and I thought I'd be a bit stiff today because I've been doing all that manual labour on the hedge, chopping it back, chopping years of growth back, but I thought I better not go on the bike. And I didn't this morning. I would have set off. I had the batteries all charged up and the rest of it, but no, not quite with it. So finished off in the garden, and then by lunchtime had some sausages that the wife had bought. They're quite nice. And then I felt a lot better. Yeah, although it's not super clear, we can see all the way down to Pembrokeshire from here, which is quite nice. Gives you a sense of scale for Wales, because it's always used as some kind of bizarre distance scale, isn't it, or an area. An area the size of Wales, as is always said about the Amazon and what have you. Keep an eye on the road here. There's some concealed entrances which are very dangerous here. There we are, there's one. Yeah, looking very nice down south. Still just doing day trips at the moment. I'm not really progressing much further than sort of Trasfynydd and Barmouth is the furthest we've been this year so far, but we will. Yeah, this split thumb's a real annoyance. I can only put the camera on when I'm sort of coming up to a junction or slowing down and use the throttle hand. No, I'm not quite sure why I did that. That was another Honda moment. Trying to cancel the indicator, missed it completely. Never mind. The woodland lorries respecting the speed limits very well, fair play. Picking up a lot of insects again. There's the Rhenogydd ahead of us, the mountains, sandstone, which we were up last week. Very pleasant it was as well. It's an incredible geology. It's sandstone which has been sort of eroded from the top down, as it were. Well, obviously it would be, but you get the idea. It's a bit like sort of taking a piece of wood and sort of sanding it from the top, and you get that sort of circular grain effect, and it's the same with the sedimentary layers of the sandstone up there. It's really quite spectacular, well worth a visit. Yeah. Has a distinct feeling of being on Mars, or certain parts of Mars anyway, where those kind of sedimentary layers exist. We've seen on footage from Curiosity and other rovers they have on there. So we're off again. Winds it down pretty quick. There's a lot of insects. There we are. Right, well there's no vehicle to lead us on today from the roadworks. They had the shepherding vehicle. Really slows things down. But there we are. Protects the workers. Well, a nice view across to Cwm Croesor and the Moyle winds today when we clear across here now. Very nice weather. Not planning on a walk today, but you never know. Depends. So just behind the mountain in front of the camera, directly in front, is Plain of Vistinio. And then the sort of more pyramidal and prominent peak there is Knecht. It's a very nice walk as well. We've got Urwyddfa on the left, and Lliwedd. So if you live in North Wales, if you like being in the mountains, you have quite a large map in your head with the names of everywhere. You know, the names of lakes, valleys, big and small, passes, mountain peaks themselves, villages. It's got a memory map really. I've kind of reached that age where sometimes I forget a few lakes to serve my son remembers. I hope my son's exams are going well this week. I'm not sure about my daughter, whether she's having exams as well. She certainly will be shortly. So I hope that's all going well for you. I'm sure it is. And we'll be out and about soon, arguing about who gets the car. Daughter had her motorbike still at this time last year, I think I might say, before she went off to university. Yeah. Of course, there was no point keeping the Grom in the garage while she was at university, just standing money. Keep the bike going. There we are, without putting my foot down, which I could. So yeah, we only lost £500 on a essentially £4,000 brand new Grom. Really like the Grom. Shame to see it go, but yeah. I'm sure she'll be back to it as soon as circumstances allow. Ooh, yeah, the bike's going really well today. It's funny, isn't it? Bikes are out. Yeah, it's nice to see. Yeah, we are just coming up to Maen Twrog, which is at the bottom of the big hill going up to, oh dear, wake up, John. Trosfynydd. Camera on. It's a nice road, this one. was looking at the old mileometer. I only got about 900 odd miles, something like that. I can't remember what the service interval is for the Versys, like 7 or 7,500 miles. I can't remember. Up to about 6,001, 6,002. Soon mounts up. This journey is going to be a good 100 miles. And a bit more probably today. Sticking my feet out today as I go around the corners, I find that it's a really useful way to improve cornering. I don't think my cornering is abysmal or anything, but yeah, a bit narrow here. Sometimes I can get a little bit, I don't know, too stiff or whatever, you have those days, don't you? And I find myself into that kind of mentality, right, just stick the foot out and it all comes naturally, and it does. I think I learned off that guy from, I think he's in California, who tends to do sort of instructional and safety type videos. I forget his name now. He's very good. For instance, this one, you see, you can get quite stiff. You just stick your foot out a little bit, and you kind of lean into it naturally. Do the same again, although this is a very shallow curve, but yeah, works out nicely. Right, up to Trout Hill we go. I'll keep the camera on more than off today. I'll have to rely on a bit of editing later on. It's a real struggle to get the camera on and off without my thumb being in full operation. Right, the bike absolutely perfectly is just putting a lot of pressure on a small area to get this camera button going. Right then. Oh, going well today. Going well today. Yeah. Good light as well. The sun's in the right place. You don't get deep shadows or anything, which you do in the morning here. Right, it's down a gear for this one, I think. Stick the foot out. Yeah, I think what sticking the foot out does, it kind of makes you naturally lean your weight a little bit into the corner. Not a big shift or anything, not moving your bum, but just maybe a little bit of your back, your shoulders. Yeah, really works well. Try that when you're doing a corner next time if you're a bit like me and not quite such an accomplished rider. Plenty of miles behind me, but you know, you need to push yourself, don't you? And there we go. So these are quite steep turns. It works really, really well. Not having to slow down at all. There we go. Enough of my glee about the foot out mechanism. We shall crack on. We haven't got long to go now. We just need to get on the other side of Transfer. Actually, it's always a little bit further than I think, the other side of Transfer from here. So, yeah, only a few minutes. Because the other technique is, like the guy in California on YouTube says, is look where you're damn well going. That's also really important. Look where you're going and take the bike with you. Oh, it's lovely down here. It really is my favourite area of Harare at the moment. But probably it will continue to be so, especially given that there are far fewer tourists down here. Travis Furnace nuclear power station. Disused, of course. You've seen that in the previous videos. Some videos last year. Oh gosh, here we go. We've got some farm tanker or something. Right, we'll probably give it a break. See if I can get past some of this traffic. But not a big scope, and there could be traffic turning right, so you've got to be careful with that. Coming up to Travis in the car park here. Discretion, the better part of valour, as always. Yeah, with a friendly bike. That's nice. Progress now, we'll see how it goes. I got good forward vision here, really. Where did the bike go? Maybe he's making good progress or better progress than I am. So yeah, I don't feel pressured into other areas. I don't feel pressured into going along at any particular speed. I mean, anything above 50 is fine, doesn't really need any action as far as I'm concerned. I mean, especially on a day like this. Yeah, very nice. Well, I'm glad I went on the walk that I did through the Rhinokin last week, as opposed to the one I'd planned to do early in the morning, because going through the bulk between Rhinog Fawr and Rhinog Bach, it's just kind of a fairly low-level walk that takes you through a low-level valley and doesn't really give you so many good views, well, not unless you climb, obviously. So I was kind of glad I went the way I did. So much so that I don't really feel the compulsion to go on the original walk anymore, but oh yeah, I'm sure I will. It's pretty quick to get here now, and the bypass from Carnarvon, it takes about an hour or so, a bit less than that probably. So I've got to try and remember where the turn-off is, because it's only a small turn-off. Country Lane. Not this one, that one goes off to Bala. So there's absolutely no point overtaking now. Let's have a look. Where do we turn? I'll probably sail past it. It could be this one, I'm not sure. Could be that one. No, that's an entrance to a farm. Let's try this one. Probably isn't this one, actually. No, it's dead ends. I'm not sure if it is a dead end, in fact. It is, because I went that way before. Yeah, it's built again. It's this one. There we go. Oh dear. Clutch riding, that's no good, is it? There we are, this is the one. Heads off at an angle. Long delays ahead. Oh. Well, it's just the season of roadworks, or gravel. You don't know gravel, I don't like gravel. Kind of have to contend with it on these roads, which turn into rivers in the winter, you see, and they carry a load of gravel down from the hillside with them. Just before the big limits it. Super nice route. Right, there we go. Well, we're not too far away from where we need to be, really. We just need to take it easy. People tend to speed down here, you see. We're ready to stop for a moment, folks. You can't really see around the corners too far, if at all. It's a nice place to live. Make yourself visible, driving on the wrong side of the road. Camper's not so great. Pretty thirsty now, actually. Glad I got the drink on the way. Yeah. I think the last time I was coming up here, actually on the way back from here, there was a load of people on trail bikes heading up for the moorland somewhere. Oops, just slow down. The gravel there. Yeah, heading for the moorland. Not sure whether they were following an approved route or not. They probably weren't. I don't take a particularly dim view of that, I'm afraid. It's not something we want to see. If you're just going on a gravel track or something, obviously that's fine. But ripping up moorland, no thank you. Don't do it, please. I'm very grateful. Yes, very pleasant over here. So from now on it gets really, really remote. Well, it already is, to be honest. So it's going to be a road like this, or smaller, believe it or not, narrower I should say, not smaller, all the way across to Bala, but we're only going to follow it as far as we need to. We've got a few sheepfolds marked up, which are quite of interest. Luckily they're not too far away from the side of the road, so whether there'll be anywhere to pull up on the side of the road is anybody's guess, but I'm sure we'll find somewhere. Man, I'm thirsty now. I really am. Oh yes, I remember here now. A bit funny if I didn't really, it's not that long ago since I was here. So, there we go. Yep. Quite good on country roads, this bike, I have to say. It's a good, quite good quality road, really. It's just that thing when you meet oncoming traffic, you know, they kind of look at a bike and think, why don't I get out of the way? Yeah, well, I have no reverse gear and it's a quarter-of-a-ton bike, so maybe they should move out of the way. I get the message eventually, but it can be a bit of a standoff sometimes. Well, this is something different if you're not used to being in the country, isn't it? I don't think we've got any hard not pass type things, not that I remember anyway. Bit of gravel there. It's a bit of a trade-off between making yourself seen and being on the side of the road that's got least gravel on it. I can hear the jets above, coming through the Mac Loop, which is not that far from here. Good visibility there. So we'll be reaching the highest point of this road in a minute, and splitting off really into the back of beyond. That's interesting. Very old field patterns there. They're medieval. But we should But oh, there you go. You see, don't want lamb for tea, not today. Yeah, it's I've got to stick with the plan first. If I start taking pictures with a drone of things that I just randomly see, I'll end up with no battery. Reservoir there. Oh, nice and cool up here. 15 Celsius. Well, this may well end up being a video where we only see the outward journey, which is fine because I'm running quite so much. I can't manipulate the camera obviously on a road like this, especially with the wrong hand in operation. Yeah, I have been up here with a car actually last year, so a good idea what it's like. This is bone shaker. Yeah, a great place to come and watch the stars if you like sky watching. Very nice up here. Not so much light pollution from the surrounding area. There we go. Somebody on a walk. You don't look too happy. Right. Off we go. Yeah, we can go ahead. On the dead end, got more bone shaking. Oh, I've got to take some pictures from here actually. Is it here? No, it's further around the corner. I've got to go around the corner and then move away from the hill a bit, so I've got a line of sight. So we're down here. We'll be heading out dead ahead over there, past that forest. Consult the map actually. How about that for peace and quiet? Semi-moorland, really quite wet parts, but not as bad as the Denby moors really. I can't remember which way we're going to go now. Let's stop here. I'm not going to have a mobile phone coverage, but I have a map. Let's print it out. Second to get the mobile phone out the back. Put it in gear, John. There we are. Yeah, it's like confusion as to which road goes where. I think we'll have to get the Velcro back on. Hey, see the map says this is really steep, but it isn't really. Yeah, it's just a question of which road is sort of what you might call the main small road that goes off the junction I've just passed, and then there's this road which kind of stays like this all the way up to the head of the valley, but there's another one that splits off from it a little bit further on here. Oh yeah, this is a steep bit. Believe it or not, I just came across a logging lorry, a huge one, going down here, going to collect a load from somewhere. Take nothing. Some nice old field systems up there. See, all of a sudden we're on our own. Well, apart from a massive logging truck, obviously. Yeah, I thought I'd emailed myself a map, but I don't seem to have done so. Actually, come to think of it, I think I did, because I saw it this morning, but anyway, maybe it hasn't come through on the phone or something. Gosh, you can actually see a car. Sheep. There's always sheep out in the corner. Right, so down, here we go. Take care, it says, of the bikes, not for motorbikes. Ooh. Yeah, no point rushing it around here. The bridge looks sort of 1920-ish. Concrete structures. Could have been quarrying or something up here, I don't know. Or just farmers clubbing together to build their own good quality bridge, who knows? Great road this. A few fires, controlled fires probably. Oh, we're getting a bit hungry now. Definite feel of being in somewhere like Denmark or Sweden with the silver birch trees around and the lack of people. Back under there. Should be a roadie or something. Ah, I see, he's going in. To go through there ideally, or I can just do it by walking. And I need to go and take some drone footage up from there. On my left here. So park a bike. There goes the logging truck, a cloud of dust. Then, well that's, check I've got everything. That's the first couple of sheepfolds in the bag. I went as planned. To walk back a little bit on the forest track there in order to get a line of sight in the lovely drone footage of coming above the hill and the mountains beyond. So we're going to press ahead now and see if we can find this junction, which is meant to take us on towards Bala. A nice still shot of the bike on a bridge over the stream there. That was quite nice to capture. I must make a note to myself to capture more images of the bike as I go along, really. I always tend to forget. Now this says it's at dead end there, see? So maybe we need to go back. Oh, this is a dead end, yeah, but this one isn't. Yes, that's correct. It's always nice when the signs match my idea of how reality should be. Pleasant view down there. There's all sorts of signs up here restricting public access onto the woodland or the forest. The reason they're given is that they're getting rid of unexploded ordnance, would you believe? There was a lot of Second World War activity in this area, bombing practice, shooting practice, all sorts of things. A lot of defensive work as well, actually, because they were anticipating a Nazi invasion from the west, so there are all sorts of hidden command posts and stuff like this in the area, usually overlooked. So I've got to keep an eye now on where I'm going, because I can't remember. I haven't got a 4G signal particularly. What I'll do is pull up somewhere. Well, yeah, it's quite windy actually today. It's well within limits for the drone, but yeah, a little bit windier than we expected. Sunshine's very bright, which is quite nice. We certainly mean business with all this unexploded stuff. Let's have a think. What should we put up? Top of this hill, I think. I don't think there'll be much to capture around here. There are too many trees, so we shall have to work our way over here. Road's a lot better than I thought, actually. It looked really, really bad on the on Google Earth, but it's fine. Not a huge amount of room to move around if you meet a car, like, but there's some. I think concentrating. Chain needs a little bit of adjustment, as you can tell. It's just a little bit on the wrong side of slack. And I think I'm going to find some stuff here. I hope I have a 4G signal, because otherwise I'll have to try and do it all from memory. And let's have a look. This is quite a good high vantage point. Up here, perhaps it's fairly wide here for something to pass if I get to it. our way up to the top of this hill, and then we shall get the best sheepfold that we came here for, which is probably an 18th century fold, but it's got walling part of it and walling that's been robbed to make it, which is at least medieval and could well be prehistoric, as in sort of Bronze Age type. Well, we'll come and have a look at that one, because we're always interested in how stones get recycled. Let's see what the view looks like from up here. Very windy again. It's somewhere on the slopes of this hill on the left here. Need to go a little bit further on. Interesting curve. I'm very impressed by this road, much better than a main road because it doesn't get much use. Although it's in a pretty wind-swept and ice-swept area. Now then, which side of this hill is it on? I think it's on the other side, but I'm not sure. I've got some kind of 4G signal. So coming to the top of the valley that we were just looking at. Parking spot there. Right, no idea. Anyway, we can, looks like there could be a place to park up here. That's the grid, that will give us an idea where we are on the map if I can't get Google Earth. Oh, is it? Oh yeah, it's closed, that's it. Oh no. Okay, so we shall do something. Yeah. Amazing. Heavy plant coming down. Hyundai, but not as you know it. job I didn't leave these on the way up. Folks just stopped in a Range Rover. We had a couple of people from Canada in the back, so we thought it was very funny, and I made a comment that everybody loves Canada right now. Gravel. So there you go, this is the landscape opening up now. Over the lake at Bala. See the lake right now, but might be looking a little bit further north of the lake, actually, I'm not quite sure. But anyway, look at that. So, it's becoming a bit of a tradition now to stick the camera in the water whenever I come across something suitable. So, dip in this lovely cool water. Well, it's not the most exciting thing, but you know, it's got to be done. Much to my surprise, a couple of men taking their dogs for a walk. Actually quite local. From Trouse, I suppose. Cool. This is pretty dirty. Yeah, really enjoyed this. The road was a lot better than I imagined. I think this one was fairly good. The one over the mountain. Not too sure, but no, it's great. Look at this. Not much good for stargazing in the summer, particularly, although it's land, but you know, much darker, is there? Look at that, sort of past 10ish. In the winter, they're wonderful. As long as it's not too icy. A few salt bins around, but yeah, slightly warmer weather to come here in the winter. Oh, and I spotted something, didn't I, on the way in? Where was that? I don't know if I could be bothered to fly the drone now. Very sure we'll be coming for a walk down here in some of the Versys. I'm sure my wife will want to come as a pillion. She does from time to time. The vertigo recently, which she has. It's some genitals sort of hook into that. Yeah, just coming to bike all the same. Look at that. Got the interest down the bottom, in the middle of your shot now pretty much. It's quite a nice walk, not very difficult really. Bit of a slog, but I haven't been for years, in excess of 20 years at Featheridges actually. Well, I shan't be going in the summer, but I'll have to go in the autumn or the winter. There's fewer people about and it's cooler and more pleasant. Right, up the windy big hill. Down there. Second gear, probably money first, possibly maybe, no, not looking for anything, there we are. This ain't nothing. Oh, here somewhere, I wonder what we spotted down here. Yeah. There we go. Junction. And there we are, just like that. Back at the main road, that's how close that solitude is. Amazing really. Right, off we go. I'll recognise this from the last video. After we'd finished. Yeah, good progress. Overtaking quite a lot of strings of traffic. Hopefully safely without exceeding the speed limit at all. Yeah, a couple of slightly late pullouts from roundabouts by cars, but nothing too serious. So we'll see what Britannia's like in just a few minutes. I got through a fair amount of petrol today. I didn't really overfill it. It can take about 3 or 4 litres more than when the pump cuts out if you just lift it up a little bit long, because the bike gets heavier then, so that wasn't really a desirable outcome for the kind of roads we were on today. Yes. Idiot driver in a Corsa ahead of me. Smell of burning oil from the engine, of course. Cloud of smoke coming from it. I was going to say something profound there, but I can't remember. Never mind. Looks pretty busy. Should be clear on the 55 though, it's Tuesday, even though it is sort of what passes as rush hour here. There we go. let you in. Sometimes they won't because they're a bit thick, these people. Very lazy and very slow. There we go, that's how we get through Britannia Bridge. It would help if people were half alive, wouldn't it? But not too bad. Yep. It's an interesting number plate. Where is that from? Netherlands. Pretty much really is it now, so I hope you enjoyed the bonus footage there. Hope you like the slightly different trip out into the middle of absolutely nowhere, beautiful though it was. And thanks for watching. Like and subscribe as always, please. Little things make a big difference to a little channel like mine. And we'll catch you on the next one, as Britain's high pressure sunshine keeps on shining. Stay safe.